Imagine the greatest land empire in history stretching from Korea to Hungary, 12 million square miles, one in every four people on Earth under the same ruler. Genghis Khan's grandsons command the largest army ever assembled. Then Kublai Khan, the most powerful man alive, does something revolutionary. He invents paper money. Not backed by promises, backed by force. You accept it or die. It works brilliantly, for a while. Then he starts printing like there's no tomorrow. Prices explode 100 times in a generation. Rebellions erupt. The empire fractures. The Mongols, who conquered with bows and horses, lose everything to a printing press. This is the story of the world's first hyperinflation, a $2 trillion disaster in today's money, and the brutal lesson America learned from it to keep the dollar unbreakable in 2025. Stay till the end. The final twist will change how you see every dollar in your wallet. 1260 AD. Kublai Khan sits on the throne in Dadu, modern Beijing, as Great Khan of the Mongol Empire and Emperor of China's Yuan dynasty. His grandfather, Genghis Khan, conquered more land than Alexander, Rome, and Napoleon combined. Kublai finishes the job. He crushes the Song dynasty in 1279, adding China's wealth to Mongol might. Silk Road trade booms under Mongol peace, Pax Mongolica. Caravans from Venice to Khanbalik carry spices, gems, technology. Marco Polo arrives in 1275, stunned by the grandeur. The empire's GDP, equivalent to $500 billion today, larger than all of Europe combined. Taxes flow in silver ingots, silk bolts, grain. But Kublai has a problem. Moving silver across 5,000 miles of empire is slow and dangerous. Bandits, storms, corruption. He needs a better system. Enter the genius and fatal invention, paper money. Kublai doesn't invent paper money from nothing. The Song dynasty experimented with Jiaozi notes in Sichuan, but Kublai takes it global. In 1260, he issues the first empire-wide paper currency, the chao. Printed on mulberry bark paper, stamped with red seals, denominations from 10 cash to 2 guan. Revolutionary twist, it's backed by silver reserves in the treasury. You can exchange chao for silver anytime. Kublai makes it mandatory. Pay taxes in chao, accept chao or face death. Foreign merchants like Marco Polo are shocked. They use paper as money, he writes. It works like magic. No heavy silver carts, instant payments, trade explodes. The Silk Road becomes a superhighway. Kublai builds his summer palace, Xanadu, the one Coleridge dreamed about, with paper profits. By 1280, the chao is the smoothest currency on earth. Merchants from Persia to Korea use it. The Mongol Empire runs on paper. But power corrupts, and absolute power prints absolutely. 1280s. Kublai's ambition bites back. 2 disastrous invasions of Japan. Typhoons destroy the fleets. Vietnam campaigns fail. Java expedition flops. Each costs fortunes. The treasury drains. Kublai's solution? Print more chao. No new silver backing, just more paper. Circulation doubles, then triples. By 1287, he's issuing new series, Zhongtung notes with higher denominations. Inflation creeps in. A bolt of silk that cost 10 guan in 1270 now costs 15 guan. Merchants grumble but accept it. Kublai's law is iron. The system holds, barely. Kublai dies in 1294, leaving his grandson Timur to inherit the press. But the real disaster hits under later emperors. 1300s. The Yuan dynasty faces floods, famines, plagues. Red Turban rebellions start in the south. Emperors panic print chao to pay troops and buy loyalty. No silver backing anymore, pure fiat. By 1350, circulation is 100 times 1280 levels. Prices? A sack of rice that cost 10 chao in 1280 costs 1,000 by 1350. 10,000% inflation. Merchants refuse paper, demand silver or goods. Black markets boom. Farmers hoard grain. Cities starve while granaries rot because no one trusts paper pay. The Mongol military machine grinds to a halt. Soldiers, unpaid or paid in worthless notes, desert. Rebellions spread like wildfire. Zhu Yuanzhang, a peasant monk turned rebel, rises in the south. Let's run the numbers. Mongol peak economy, $500 billion modern equivalent. Hyperinflation erases 90% purchasing power by 1350s. Lost wealth, $2 trillion in today's terms, enough to fund NASA's budget for 100 years. The Yuan dynasty collapses in 1368. Zhu Yuanzhang founds the Ming, driving Mongols back to the steppes. The greatest land empire ever fractures into khanates. The Silk Road that made them rich dries up. The Mongols, who terrified the world, become nomadic tribes again, all because of a printing press run wild, the first hyperinflation in history and the deadliest lesson. Fast forward to 2025, America prints trillions, $6 trillion COVID stimulus alone. Debt, $35 trillion. Sounds Mongol? But here's the difference. We learned. The Federal Reserve, born 1913, has tools Kublai never dreamed of. Independent from politics, mostly. Dual mandate, stable prices, maximum employment. When inflation hit 9% in 2022, Powell hiked rates to 5.5%, quantitative tightening. No endless printing for wars or vanity. The dollar is fiat, but backed by the world's strongest military, deepest markets, rule of law. 60% of global reserves, petrodollars, SWIFT system. Rome and Mongols printed for emperors, we print for growth. Kublai had no central bank, just the emperor's word. When he printed, no one could stop him. America has checks. Congress approves debt ceiling, Fed independence, transparency, every meeting minutes published. Tools like open market operations, reserve requirements. When COVID hit, we printed but tapered as inflation rose. Bitcoin calls dollar fiat scam, but fiat works when managed. Mongol chao failed because no limits. Dollar succeeds because limits exist, even if tested. $35 trillion debt is real. China de-dollarizes with SIPs, gold hoards. BRICS talk alternative currencies, but 88% forex trades, dollars. Oil, dollars. SWIFT bans Russia, dollar weaponized. AI boom adds $15 to $20 trillion GDP by 2030. America prints but invests. Roads, chips, defense. Mongols printed and spent on palaces. Lesson, print for production, not consumption. Mind blower. The Silk Road Kublai protected became global trade America dominates. Paper money he invented, we perfected. The chao failed because no trust. The dollar works because trust earned by power, innovation, institutions. Mongols conquered with bows. We conquer with bonds. The greatest empire fell to bad money. America arises because we learned their mistake. Don't panic print your life. Diversify. 10% physical gold or silver, Bitcoin for hedge, index funds for growth. Vote fiscal responsibility. Watch the Fed like Kublai never could. Your money, your empire. Mind completely blown? Smash like. It tells YouTube to show this to more people. Comment, could America ever print like Kublai? Subscribe and turn notifications on. Next Tuesday, we expose Rome's coin that killed an empire. This is American Money Secrets. Follow the money, stay winning.